All right, guys, it is Monday, May 9th, 2022. So today marks day 3 of my new, I don't know what to call it, basically on the road to finish the hardtop. So today's project is to try to get it to fire. I've got to do the torque converter bolts. So I need to whirl the engine over by the key. So what I want to do is put the drive shaft in it. I need to check my transmission coolant lines at the transmission. I think I timed them, but I don't remember. I need to change the oil filter back out, get my oil prime. I primed the engine with the Fram filter on there just to prime it to get if there's any debris left in the oil galleys, you know, to flush it through and get it in that cheap filter. Now I've got a K&N to put on it. Need to do that. Man, is it really that all? That might be it. Might be. Oh, I need to put water in it, distilled water. So yeah, I think it's just about there. But what I'm gonna do right now is basically, I've got it jacked up and I put ramps under it. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and get under here and kind of wipe things down a little bit, because this thing is filthy. I don't like when dust is this bad. I hate, you know, working on something under here, because just grabbing a hold of the rear end with all that dust on there could scratch the paint. So I'm gonna go in here and wipe it down real good first. And then I gotta snake the drive shaft in there, and then get it tightened up. And then I'll have to let the jack down, move to the front. A little bit to do. Well, this car turned out so nice underneath here. I'm sure proud of it under here. For a stock chassis, it sure is slick, you know what I mean, from doing all that body work and stuff. But I still got to paint my rear sway bar, my front sway bar, so I can get those put on. There's quite a bit to do, man. You can see all the dust on that rear end. Cobwebs and crap in the cobwebs. I mean, this is filthy, man. So I'm gonna get to it. All right, guys, so I just filled it up with water. Well, close to full anyway. I'm sure it'll suck it down a little bit. Anyway, I've got a little top off an old ketchup bottle or mustard bottle or something. I'm gonna stick it in and fill a float bowl in the front. All I've got here is 87 octane in my gas jug for my lawnmower, so gonna have to work. All right, let's see if it pops or kicks or hits. I hope my battery's up. I think I need more timing in the I'll have to reset that oil pump rod, I think. Oh man. Well, I got a cylinder not hitting too good on the other side. That's why it doesn't really want to idle too well. I reused my old spark plugs, which were pretty sooty black, so I was stranded yesterday when I put them in. Didn't have a way to go to the parts store anyway, so I thought I'd try them, but definitely going to have to put a new set of plugs in it. I think that's the problem, but well, it's just smoking off all the old residual stuff here. If you look at this header tube right here, see how purple that one is? The rest of them are gold all the way around. So that is the one I'm pretty sure is not hitting too good. I also hear a rocker arm clicking on this side, so I'm gonna have to pull the valve cover off and check that out. I went over it twice. I don't know how I missed one again, but hopefully the lifter's pumping up like it's supposed to be. Seems like you can't get any new parts anymore. It's worth a crap, so. Well, at least it runs. It's not running awesome, but I'll have to investigate that a little more. But I have to wait till it cools down now, but it's alive. It's holding, looks like about 55 PSI of oil pressure. My gauge goes from 50 to 75, so it's just barely over 50, so I'm going to call that about 55. Could be 60, I don't know. So, I'm going to call that a success, guys. It's alive, once again. Alright guys, so I got it jacked back up again on ramps. I had to rotate the engine over. I need to pull that distributor out and clock that oil pump rod a little bit so I can get some more advance out of that distributor. I had it where the vacuum advance pod was touching the intake and it still needed a little bit more. I've got a rocker arm making noise over here. I'm not really sure which one it is, so I thought I would put my old valve cover on here and tighten it down and run it, you know, run them with it running, basically. I'm sure some of you old school guys know this trick, but I can't imagine one of them being loose. I went around that thing. I checked over and over and over, at least 2 times, maybe 3. So it's kind of got me a little weirded out. I did pull a spark plug out on the cylinder that had the tube blue, and these plugs were toast before I put them in the car, so I've got a little bit of an issue. And then it needs more advance to it, so it's pretty retarded, so it's going to be a little fat. But these plugs were probably fuel fouled before, so I need to get a set of new plugs. So now I'm kind of wondering if I ought to go ahead and just get, I'm going to do the oil pump change right now on the distributor to get more advance. Go ahead and do that, and then I think pretty much I probably ought to go get some spark plugs, because that ain't gonna do me any good. The bad part is I'm afoot. I can't just go out there and jump in the truck and go get spark plugs, so that kind of sucks. We're going to dinner tonight downtown, so I'll go after we get done with dinner and go down and get them. I better call them, make sure they have them. I'll need to change them all late, but just a few of the little new bugs, man. I'll get it worked out here in a minute, but I'm sure by tomorrow it should be running really nice. I hope. I might go ahead and drain all the water out of it and top it back off with distilled water and antifreeze mix. Other than the distributor, that's pretty much about as far as I better go tonight. Dang it, it sucks not having any wheels, man, let me tell you. Well, that's what I'm going to have to wait on, I guess. I'll have to wait for tonight.